Hi. Some folks were wondering what this diddly bow sounded like, so I'm going to play it. I can barely play this thing. The flower was just added by my little Bengali neighbor boy who either wants to throw water at me half the time or bring me flowers. I'll take the flowers. So the first way I'm going to play it is with a bottle slide off of a Jameson's bottle and just a pick. Now the sound isn't that loud. I am now considering amplifying it. So here goes. I told you I suck at this. I had a nice riff, but I forgot to hit live. Now the other way it was traditionally played was with the striking object, usually a screwdriver and a bottle slide. It's not as loud as with the pick, and actually it's awkward in this chair anyway, but like I said, it's really faint that way. I prefer the pick. It'll be interesting to amplify this, but another way that I was able to play it, and again, this chair out here, it's kind of awkward, but playing it almost guitar style, because I can get a little more force on it. I was able to do this in the couch, but so it's not really working. It's this chair, but it's really interesting. This is truly got some vintageness to it. The bottle apparently is from 1887. It is an E.R. Durkee and Company extract bottle. I don't know if this was medicinal extracts or not. 1920s or 1930s era tobacco can. The wood, which is gorgeous, is actually from a in the back alley when I moved here last year. There was somebody had discarded a mattress and it was all ripped apart. I didn't have any scrap wood around the house, and there's a couple things I needed even just to have something to pound nails on while I was working. So I grabbed a bunch of these pieces and I left them out back, and they've kind of taken on a nice patina, and I added some mineral oil and waxed it. It has a hole in it because I was using this as a drill stop when I made the more guitar style one, and I needed to test this hole saw because I couldn't read the dimensions. So I took a red stripe beer cap and put it in there. It's got a old square nail and actually some iron twisted nails, roofing nails too. And rather than using an actual modern tuner, I just took a wing nut bolt, whatever you call that, thumb bolt, drilled a hole in it and made a tuner. It doesn't tune that much. I've actually ordered some actual antique broom wire. These things were originally made with the wire from a broom, and there's a diddley bow maker who bought tons of spools, and he sells it ridiculously cheap, and it's, I think, a thicker gauge wire. So I'm going to replace this actual guitar string with it. But still, alright, so some people wanted to hear this, and it's a fun little thing. I'm curious how it's going to sound. I'm actually going to amplify it. I'm going to put a piezo pickup inside this little tin. One of the things a lot of cigar box builders have found is that if you find vintage, dirt cheap, battery powered radios, they can be turned into little amplifiers, and they have a nice kind of garbagey sound. So I'm actually going to do that. I found one ridiculously cheap a couple weeks ago, an old Sears Silvertone dated 1970, that I'm going to hack into to turn into a little cigar box Diddley Bow and guitar amplifier. So, alright, I'm going to go now. Bye!